Number one, don't like the little tiny bags at all. Like my phone, look how big my phone is. Like, if my phone doesn't fit in the bag, then it's not a bag.
Welcome to Off the Hanger. Today's guest is Polly Brindle, breakout star of Netflix's Selling the OC. A former model turned realtor, Polly is sassy, stylish, and never afraid to say what she thinks. I caught up with my fellow Yorkshire lass to have a good chat about all things fashion. So, thank you so much for being part of Off the Hanger. It is very, very lovely to have you. I'm guessing life has been very crazy for the past few weeks, months or so.
It has. Crazy is an understatement. It's gone from kind of 0 to 12 million literally overnight. So, yes, it's definitely been crazy, but nothing that we can't handle. And we just love the response from the show. People are loving it, and it seems to have got a really great response. So fingers crossed we get season 2 and we can show the world more of properties that we sell and goings on in the office and all of that fun stuff.
I have to say there's definitely 2 standout things for me from watching the series. So one is how to relate to the fact that nobody can understand what you say. Well, love that. Obviously, this is going to get very Yorkshire between the two of us, I imagine.
Yeah, it's a weekly occurrence here. Just in my general life over in America, people are, don't know what I'm saying half the time.
My other favourite thing is that no one else in the show seemed to eat, but every time they came to you, no matter what was happening, you were eating.
I actually love that they showed that, because at first I'm like, well, I mean, you don't know what is going to make the cut or not. And, we're out for a lunch, we're out for a dinner, we obviously know the cameras are there. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm hungry. Like, yeah. I'm going to eat this food.
Yeah, don't waste it. They've kind of just turned you into like Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11, because he was just eating in every scene. It was brilliant. Loved it. So is there beforehand, do you have discussions about what you guys are going to wear for each thing, or is it purely just based on what you would naturally want to wear?
I very much wore exactly the same things that I do on a day-to-day basis in the office or at showings or, listing appointments. So I didn't change anything really. The only discussions that we had between the girls were, I'm wearing this colour, I'm wearing this colour, just so that there was no kind of in the same thing.
There was a very much sense of your style throughout the show, and you were for me, you were more pared back than a lot of the others. There was a lot of the other people who were really over the top sexy, whereas for me, you very much just came across as being just very stylish.
Well, thank you. I do think that we've all got our certain vibes in our fashion taste and sense, and I think the others are quite glam, whereas for me, I do really like to play with different looks. I mix it up a lot, and people always comment that they never know which Polly is going to come into the office. I could be in pigtails and Doc Martens with a little leather miniskirt, or I could be, glitzy glam, or I could be in a vintage fur coat, with a top knot. I really like to, really have fun with my looks, and there was a lot of scenes that didn't get shown in the final cut, which was disappointing because there were some really cute outfits that I was
some strong ones.
Next time, hopefully we get season 2 and I can
show them off.
Yeah.
So have you always been into fashion? What's your earliest fashion memory?
My earliest fashion memory is I was probably about 8 or 9, and I feel like I would have got them from a secondhand shop or something, because my mum just was everything was Oxfam or she made our clothes, or the odd thing from Tammy Girl, but that was not I was always kind of envious of my friends that had like everything Tammy girl, because I didn't really have that. But I had this pair of jeans, and they were like tapered, very 80s. So it probably was from Oxfam, because it was so tapered jeans, but the print was black and white and kind of like a magic eye puzzle. And they were like high-waisted, and I can remember parents of my friends laughing at me and calling my pants Gary Rhodes pants, because I think they looked like chef's pants, and I had no idea who Gary Rhodes was. I was just whatever. Like, I like them, they're fun. And so that was my first fashion memory. I think they were probably awful, but I loved them. I wore them all of the time, and that was my first fashion memory of not caring that people were saying probably negative stuff about what I was wearing. I was like, don't care. I like them, you know?
But I love that you've carried that through with you, that sense of confidence and style. And it is very much that it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, because actually that is the biggest thing in fashion. The dressing is for yourself, not for anybody else.
Yeah, and I do really, really, truly feel and believe that, you know, it's really important for me to dress for myself. Like, I'm not dressing for anyone else. If I feel good in what I'm wearing and I love what I'm wearing, I couldn't give two hoots what anyone else says. Like, I'm like, you know, it's the worst thing to not feel comfortable or confident in an outfit. And when the outfit wears you, I feel like you can tell, you know, and it just gives you so much confidence to really own the look, you know. And so yeah, that's what I love about fashion, and I love playing with different looks for sure.
What's the oldest thing you've got in your wardrobe? Do you tend to hang on to things?
I do. The oldest thing, which I have in my box of tricks here, I got from a vintage store when I lived in London, I lived in London 11 years ago, and it's vintage. So this is literally like the oldest thing ever. And I actually wore it on the show and it got shown on a thing, but it's a vintage Christian Dior skirt suit. So the jacket is, you know, typical, very classic Christian Dior. I think it was about £150, which was a lot of money, but obviously not for, you know,
vintage Dior.
But I got it tailored, so the jacket is, I wear it generally with nothing underneath. Like, it's funny because selling the OC, people are like, oh, so we're just doing blazers without anything underneath now? Is that like the new thing? And I'm like, I've always done this.
Yeah, where have they been? That's a thing. Yeah.
So it's like a beautiful ecru colour suit jacket with a padded shoulder. And I got the skirt altered so that it's like a mini skirt, because it was originally, you know, one of those like frumpy lengths.
Yes, yeah.
So this is
now beautiful A-line.
Yeah, this classes as the oldest thing in my wardrobe, and I love it. I just think it's really, really chic, really simple, but in, you know, classic Christian Dior way.
Yeah, it's absolutely timeless. It's beautiful, really, really beautiful. So what's the thing in your wardrobe when you wear it that you get the most compliments about?
That is a difficult one, because my wardrobe is so eclectic. And I mean, this sounds really big-headed, but I generally always get a comment or a compliment about something that I've put together. However, this, I wore it on the show. It didn't get shown though. It's a navy pinstripe jumpsuit with like a wide leg from Stout. It's I don't know whether you can see. It's an American brand, I think from New York or LA, but it's got like these huge lapels. It's very low at the front, and then it's got this big sash that I wear with it, and it's bowed at the back. So that is kind of like one that I'll go and wear for like an important meeting. You can wear it for a dinner. It's just like a classic suit, but with like a fun fashion twist. I do love that one.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love the colour of it as well. Again, It's very classic, but it's one of those pieces, because it's a jumpsuit and it's the wide leg and the sash, then I imagine it's very striking when it's on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And like paired with a red lip and a red nail, people go wild.
All you need. All
people
you
go need. Yeah. That's, this is a heavily complimented piece when I wear that. It's, people love that. And I think it's because it is a bit different. You know, it is like a classic suit, but with, a really fun twist of being, a jumpsuit and, have that sexy element of a bit of cleavage, because literally everything else is covered. So I like to do that. I don't like to have, ironically, I don't like to have everything on show.
Except at the beach, maybe.
That's when I lose a bet. I don't have everything on show. I love that aspect about that outfit too. It's kind of sexy, but completely covered at the same time.
Yeah, it's awesome. What's the most expensive piece you've got in your wardrobe? You don't have to say how much it was, but just tell us.
I did not purchase it, which, it was actually a gift from a client that I represented as a buyer. And as a thank you, the story was I went window shopping with a friend in the mind of me getting inspiration for our big launch party event down at the Oppenheim group that was being filmed, So I was window shopping and we were in Balmain, and I tried... It wasn't really, my friend was actually shopping. And I tried on this dress and I posted it on my social media, just on the stories, just being like, oh my God, look how amazing this dress is. I left the store, and then 30 minutes later, I get a call from the store saying your dress is ready to pick up. And my client, we'd just closed a transaction the week before. And he's a friend of mine too. Love him, love his girlfriend. I was very hands-on in the transaction. It was kind of a big deal. It was the biggest deal that I've ever done. And as a thank you, he bought me the dress. And I went back to the store and I was like, what is going on? So yes, that's it. So I actually wore it for the launch party. It was eye-wateringly expensive. But it's this beautiful velvet mini dress with this detailing, and it's Balmain.
It's stunning. It was gorgeous in the show. Proper showstopper. Yeah, it looked incredible.
It's got the gold hardware on the back. It's tiny. I don't know if I was smaller than I am now, but I don't think I'm ever going to fit into this again. Which is such a shame. I love it. It's all boned and corseted inside, and it's just...
It's not a dinner dress then. You might get some canapes in there, but there's no full dinner going in that.
There's no pizza night happening in this. But it's just... I love it. It's just such a perfect party dress. The quality obviously is insane, and I think it was about $5,000.
Wowzers!
Yeah,
it's beautiful, and it's one of those pieces you'll have it forever. Whether you wear it another 100 times, whether you never wear it again, it's one of those pieces you'll have it forever.
And like the inside of it, I've never owned anything this expensive apart from a wedding dress that don't have anymore. It's like, it's got the inside, I don't know if you can see that, like,
yes,
glass. It's just exquisite. Like, it's beautiful. I'm like scared to touch it. I don't want to get makeup on it. I'm like,
put it back in the plastic, quick.
I know, this is definitely the most expensive thing in my wardrobe. Very, very grateful and lucky that I have it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. What a dream. I bet you felt an absolute $1 million when you wore that.
I when I went back to the store, I was just like, what the hell is happening? Like, what is going on?
Did you have a full Pretty Woman moment?
Oh, full on Julia Roberts Pretty Woman moment. And then the like icing on this very extravagant cake was that he'd actually purchased the shoes that I tried on too. So the shoes were in the box too. And I was just this is the best day of my life. This is the best. Not only did I close a $10 million deal last week, like this is insane. Like,
that's incredible.
The correct career move.
This definitely beats going to 10 castings a day.
Right, exactly. Waiting tables, yes.
So what's the newest thing you've got in your wardrobe?
Newest thing, I've not even worn it yet. With the show coming out, a lot of different companies and brands are sending me like all different kinds of stuff, which I'm like, oh my god, it's like Christmas every day. It's so nice.
The perks.
I know. And this came yesterday, fresh out of the box. It's from a company called Cuts, which is this is actually Cuts. I love their stuff. It's like a loungewear, like really nice t-shirts. And I think they've just started doing outerwear, but they sent me a really
nice,
cool, like really cool jacket. It's still got the label on. Like I've not even managed to work out how to wear it yet. But it's got this like maroon lining with like the detail of the
it looks beautiful.
So this is the newest thing. I've not managed to work out how to do it yet. It's got pockets,
which we love.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'll be able to style this in a way that works, because it does get quite chilly here, and it's nearly winter. So I'm thinking like moose snuggles on the beach, or if I go up to the mountains or whatever. And I just think it's really cool.
It's really cool. I love it. Love the colour. It looks great on you.
Yeah, so that's the newest thing. I've not worn it yet. I've not managed to work out how I'm going to wear it, but I'm definitely going to have some fun with that.
It'll be making an appearance soon. What's the most sentimental thing you have in your wardrobe?
The most sentimental is a very difficult question for me, because every single item I've got attached to a memory or a night out or a dinner or a signing a contract in, or all of these different kind of things. I am a very sentimental person, and I don't just like throw things away. I attach memories to items of clothing. So that was difficult. I spent a good 45 minutes going through everything, just being like, oh, remember that. But I picked one that was custom made by a girl who is up north. She's got a brand called Renee K. She's called Carrie Ann. She's got her own couture line. She does a lot of bridal and a lot of bridesmaid dresses, but also she does like evening wear and swimwear. She's great. But she custom made the blue jumpsuit that I actually wore for the front cover of the banner for the show. So that for me, obviously this journey that we're all on, exposing our lives to the world, like that's kind of a monumental event in my life. So I think this is going to be a very sentimental piece, just knowing that this was front and center. So again, jumpsuit. I love a jumpsuit.
It's a one and done. I'm here for a jumpsuit because that's it. Jumpsuit, pair of heels, and you're done.
Yeah. It's got the one shoulder, and each side is just in this sheer mesh all the way down. So it's actually super sexy on. It's from each side right down to the bottom. It's got this panel either side of just sheer paneling. So it's that thing of being completely covered, but then kind of showing everything at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Which is super sexy because it is that thing. It's the not being overtly, hugely over the top. It's that element of mystery and that flash of, oh, I wonder if that panel's actually flesh coloured, or is that her flesh that we can see?
And when I was wearing it, people are like, oh my God, like you're naked under there. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I am, and it's fine.
It's like this much all the way down. So it's that little touch that, I like that vibe. I like, obviously not putting everything at, it's one or the other for me. It's either completely covered with a hint or, it's either boobs out or, a leg or whatever, but I generally
never everything all at once.
No, unless it's a loft bet.
Yeah, exactly. And at which point, then if you've got it, flaunt it. It's fine. That swimsuit, by the way, absolutely incredible. I love her stuff. She's so, so talented. Love all of her pieces.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of pieces from Alexandra Miro. Love that she's a British designer. I'd always err on supporting a British designer and wanting to, showcase, the Brits do it best. Yeah. So the heart swimsuit and the matching skirt, such a fun look. And so many people have asked me about that she's actually remaking it.
Amazing.
We filmed, so long ago, and obviously it's past season now for her, but so many people have inquired about it from the show that she's actually relaunching it.
She should relaunch it and call it the Polly.
She has said that, so I don't know. I mean, that would be amazing. Like weird, but an honor, and yeah, her stuff's amazing. The quality is amazing. Every time I wear that swimsuit, I feel so great. So yeah. The swimsuit definitely was a good option from her.
So what's the item in your wardrobe that you would say most sums you up? So obviously you're quite a fashion chameleon, but is there a piece that sums you up?
I think there is, and I also have this as a nostalgic piece, classic Burberry trench.
Oh, dreamy.
Because it reminds me of London, and I'm so far away. I'm like half the world away, and whenever I wear my classic Burberry trench, it just reminds me of London. So
you've got that little bit of home.
It does. And I've had this for years. I've had it for like 20 years, I think. And it never dates. Good old Burberry trench coat. Item that most sums me up also is a very hard question because I am such a chameleon with my looks. So this has a bit of everything in.
Good, I can't wait to see.
So this jacket I actually got from a Goodwill over here, which is kind of like Oxfam or
like a charity shop.
Yeah, charity shop. It's so heavy, but it's sparkly, it's fun, it's a bit spiky, it's kind of cool, it's loud. So that's me to a T.
It is you personified in a little jacket. That's awesome.
Yeah. And the brand is Azalea One, but I don't know what that is. But I think it was quite expensive for a second-hand shop. It was like $75. But I love it. It's so heavy, and I love it.
It's very cool. It is very, very cool. It's such a statement piece as well, and I think that's really nice when you choose something to sum up yourself that's actually quite a statement piece. You know, rather than somebody who goes, I am a little black dress. Do you know what I mean? I think the fact that you've gone, no, I am a spiky, bright coloured jacket.
I am a obnoxiously loud, fun, sparkly, heavy piece of fun. But even with that, like fastened up with like some high-waisted tapered pants and a high heel, you know, or with a little black dress, or with, you know, this, you know, even or with like black leather pants and Doc Martens, you know, if I really want to like. There's different ways.
There's a lot you can do with that jacket. So this is my favourite one because I am a massive shoe nerd and I've got a ridiculous shoe collection. So what is your favourite pair of shoes?
I also am a ridiculous shoe nerd and I have a lot of shoes. It's definitely, I'm a shoe person. I really enjoy them. These are my favourite. These are my ultimate favourite shoes. I wear them all of the time. I hope that I don't ruin them. Probably will at some point. I've had them for years. I don't think I bought them. My friend's mum actually gave me them. They were her old shoes that she felt like she was too old to have. And I was like, yep, I'll have those. They are my fluffy Manolos that every time I wear them, I just feel like Carrie from Sex and the City.
Oh my God, they're a dream. I love them.
They're so cute. They're so comfortable. They're not too high. They don't have any of the platform, but they've got the elegant kind of Manolo shape. And they're just so fun. Like to wear with either jeans or a dress or, you know, any which way. These are my favorite go-to shoes. And they also get complimented a lot. People are just like, oh my God, they're so fun. So yeah.
Also, they go with everything. You could put those with everything and they would just elevate any outfit because, like you said, they're so fun, they're so stylish, but like absolutely timeless again.
Yeah, they're like a classic fan Carrie Bradshaw.
I love them. They're dreamy. And then finally, what is the dream fashion thing that you have been lusting after or that you've always wanted and that isn't in your wardrobe?
I have wanted this item probably for 15 years. I don't know how I've not got one at this point. And I feel like it's going to be, it's going to come into my life next year. I know it. But it's a very classic wardrobe staple. My handbag game is so weak. Like I've got more of a shoe than a bag, but I want a classic Chanel handbag. Like that's what I want. I don't care if it's black or grey or blue. I want it like a classic colour. Probably black for my first one. But yeah, that is my dream item. It's on my vision board every single year. It's not yet manifested its way into my life. I feel like 2023 is the year that I'm going to get it. And maybe I buy it for myself. Maybe next year's the year. I think I've not got one at this point because I didn't want to, if I'm doing it, I want to do it. So I don't want to go and, you know, get like a wallet or, you know, like a little tiny bag, which everyone's laughing at me for saying that on the show.
I love that because I hate the tiny bags. I hate the tiny bag trend.
And also,
I don't see the point.
She'd spent months like making snarky, like fake nice comments about what I was wearing, trying to put me down. So that actually was a very passive aggressive comment from me, just based on what she had done to me. But that hadn't necessarily always been aired what she did to me. But of course, they aired what I said about her bag. So it's like, my defense, I'm like, yeah, I agree with myself. Like number one, don't like the little tiny bags at all. Like I carry around far too much shit to be like, what can you carry in that? Like a lip gloss?
I don't understand what you put in them. I don't know what they're for because you can't put anything inside them.
Like my phone, look how big my phone is. Like, if my phone doesn't fit in the bag, then it's not a bag. Yeah. So that comment, and you know, also the comment about Rosie's ugly pants. Number one, they were really ugly and hideous.
They were awful.
But that is actually the only comment that I regret saying at all, because I'm not one to kind of shit on people's fashion choices. It's like, absolutely fine. Do what you want. If more power to you. If you love them, you know, whatever. But in that moment, the fact that she demanded me to take my sunglasses off, I was like, right. Like, I do regret saying that, you know, kind of saying that her pants were ugly, even though they were not to my taste at all. They were hideous, in my opinion. Yeah, I do regret saying that to her, because that's not really fair.
Well, to be honest though, if somebody said something like that to you, you would just go, that's okay, that's your opinion. You have that opinion, but I think my pants are ace, or that my tiny bag's ace. Do you know what I mean? So I think if you're, at the end of the day, yeah, it can see from like your point of view, if I'd have said it, I might have been the same, going, oh, I hope I, you know, was that overstepping the mark type of thing. But I still would have said it, because the way that she approached you about the sunglasses.
And it was, honestly, that was even the sun, like, that's what the viewers see, but they don't see all of the other comments that they make that got me to that point. So I'm kind of like, oh, I just wish that more had been shown in why I had such a strong reaction to them. But hopefully, you know, like I say, next season we can show more of who everyone is.
The tiny bag comment was iconic, though. Let's just be honest. It's like one of the lines of the entire series.
Right. I mean,
like, where are you going to put your snacks? That's my problem.
Where is your slice of pizza or your fish taco?
Exactly. The thing that you've not eaten, you wrapped up to take home, that's not going in that tiny bag, is it?
It's your steak quesadilla.
Oh, well, Polly, you've been an absolute joy. I am so keeping my fingers crossed for season 2, if only just to see your outfits and your potential cutting comments about other people's tiny bags.
Yeah, I mean, bring it on. You know, I'm not sure when we'll find out, but yeah, hopefully it'll be soon. Hopefully we'll get cameras rolling before too long, and yeah, hopefully they bring out their tiny little bags again to give me some ammunition to give some good comments. 'Cause I will.
Good.
I definitely speak my mind, and you know, so we'll see what they've got in the pockets.
Because it's not going in their tiny bags.
It's definitely not.